What up YouTube, Topaz Jace here, and I got a pretty good show lined up for you today, man. First we're going to jump into the news, then we're going to jump into this Rick Ross track review, then we're going to jump into an article from DownloadPaz.com, but before then, listen to a brief instrumental from underground producer TBK Beats. Somebody then came out with a Niggas in Paris children's book and shit. Of course they toned down the language, but it's all based off the song Niggas in Paris. And my question is, when is y'all gonna quit fucking with Kanye, man? Because how many times does he have to shut y'all the fuck down when y'all do this type of shit? Just like the people that did the Yeezus bucks or whatever the fuck, man. It was like a digital currency that he came in and shut down. Like, y'all do not own the rights to Niggas in Paris in order for you to make a children's book out of, man. But anyway, on to today's review, and today's review is to that Rick Ross Babies Cry. And you know what? This just can't be a fucking coincidence here, because this is just too similar to Siagon and Just Blaze's Oh Yeah track and such, man, because they're using the same exact sample for the beat, in which I'm not even knocking it because Rick Ross's producer did the motherfucking thing where they made it into their own, but yet you can still hear that same sample. Then they got samples of little kids in there talking about the violence and shit that they seeing, and then they pretty much rapping about that shit too. Now, here's my thing. Rick Ross is by no means on equal playing field as Siagon lyrically, man, in which you can break down Rick Ross's lyrics like, okay, he wanted to say something deep, he wanted to have like a story to tell and shit, but then I guess he just gave up halfway through and just said something that people would deem as catchy. And honestly, this track isn't that bad. It really should have been on that Black Dollar mixtape, which kind of makes me wonder why the fuck isn't it? Honestly, it feels like he's got another project waiting in the wings, seeing as though he got a new record deal because he's done with Def Jam. Much like T.I.'s done with Columbia. It sounds like he finished up his record contract and such, man, and had to move somewhere else. And now he's continuously dropping music for this next joint that he got. Overall, it's a track that I recommend and such, man, but it kind of ucks the shit out of me. But anyway, on to today's article from DownloadPaz.com, and today's article is about how the ends need to justify the means of your fucking grind. Because here's the thing. Too many rappers in particular think that the music industry is gonna be so fucking sweet that they end up doing things that morally they do not feel right about in order to reach the fucking game. Because this happens all the fucking time. These people with power will have alternative motives for putting you the fuck on, dude. So they'll try to put some pressure on you to do something that you do not want to fucking do in order for them to sign you and shit. And if you end up signing that contract and realizing what the game is actually all about and how you're not going to be making a lot of money like that, you're gonna feel some kind of way about doing whatever the fuck they wanted you to do. Understand the price that you are willing to pay to get to something that you completely know about, man, instead of just doing anything to get put on at something that you have no fucking clue what it's actually like. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.